All right, got the recording started. Welcome, everybody. I'm excited that y'all decided to join me tonight. I am Stacy Hodge, Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I know all of y'all know me, but I just feel the need to share that in case this video gets shared with others. I am like over the moon excited. It has been a crazy, crazy fun weekend. And y'all, my age is showing up because today is Tuesday. I got home Sunday. I left with not much sleep. I didn't sleep a whole ton of a lot while I was there, not because the bed wasn't comfortable. It was amazing, but just because there's just so much going on. You're like, man, I can sleep when I get home. Um, and then we rushed home on Sunday. And y'all, yesterday, I did not even get out of my pajamas. I didn't even brush my hair. I brushed my teeth and I fed myself, and that was about all I did yesterday. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was just reeling from all of it. But today was my Monday. I got a lot done today, but still, y'all, just I can't even explain the amount of just pure adrenaline and excitement and so many different emotions that go through you at an amazing trip like experienced. If you've never traveled Plexus style, then you absolutely positively need to try it. I'm just saying. And this wasn't even the best of the best of the best of the trips, but just it started off Thursday night with a welcome reception for everybody. And I'll tell you, there was so many people that earned the trip this year that we overflowed into 3 other hotels, resorts. And there were people that chose to stay at home and watch the live stream of the events. And there were people who stayed outside of the Gaylord and then the extra 3 resorts. I can't remember how many they said, but it was well over 2,000 that earned this trip. Y'all, there were people there that were silver, people there that were gold, senior gold, every rank was at this event. Anybody in the company can earn these events. That's what's so amazing to me. Yes, it's called Leaders Retreat, and they fed us information like we're leaders. Great information. John Maxwell was the bomb, probably my favorite of everything that happened over the weekend. But they started us off with a welcome reception. And like I said, there were so many people there. They basically had 2 parties. One huge party inside and one huge party outside. DJs, music, food galore, entertainment, stilt walkers walking around. Just, y'all, it was an amazing experience. And one of the things I think that impressed me the most, and of course I've been in Plexus for over 5 years, coming on late February, early March will be 6 years for me. And so I've been around the block a few times with Plexus and been to all of the events, not everyone they've had, but I've been to every different type of event they offer. And what impresses me the most, I think, is that no matter what rank you see walking around at these events, they're all just like me. And I say that, I mean, it doesn't matter if they're diamond, it doesn't matter if they're silver, they're all tangible. They're all beautiful souls. They're all easily approachable. There's not anybody walking around there that you couldn't walk up to, tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, my name is Stacy, and I've followed you on Facebook. I've watched you. I just wanted to meet you and say hi. They would be more than happy to talk with you, answer questions if you had them, take a picture with you, or, whatever. And I just think that that's the beauty of our company. I've been a part of other companies, and I've been a part of corporate America. And I will say, hands down, I have never, ever experienced a culture that is like Plexus. Never. It is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful thing. And another thing that impressed me a lot was, of course, this is Leaders Retreat. It's a little bit different than convention, but there were a lot of families there. not just women, not just May ambassadors. There were families, and I'm talking about Plexus had a women's room, a mother's room. If you needed to get away with your baby to a quiet place or breastfeed or whatever it was that you needed to go do, they had a place for you to be. They even had a man cave, a room that men could escape to, and just get that quiet moment alone. They just really went all out for every type of ambassador that would be there. There were places for strollers to park. There were strollers everywhere. That place was crawling with strollers and babies. I saw more women walking around with their babies hanging on in the little pouch on the front of their chest. It was just adorable, and everything was family friendly. And I just think that that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing for a company to appreciate its ambassadors the way that Plexus does. They really go above and beyond. But so we started off with the leaders, the welcome reception. It was absolutely a fun time. Like I said, food, every different type of food you could possibly want was on a table somewhere. And like I said, entertainment was just really, really fun to be a part of. And then Friday, we got to get up and go. We had a meeting from 10 to 12:30, and we got to hear from one of my own team members, downline team members, which she's just a beautiful, beautiful person and very deserving. She actually received Ambassador of the Year, Amy Kosmalski. She spoke with us and just showed us a little insight into her family, and it was really beautiful. And then we heard from Alec, and I was very impressed with the information that Alec gave us. And I didn't plan to share this with y'all, but I will real quick. He gave us 10 ways to be happy, centered, and successful. And I was really impressed by that. I'm impressed by Alec anyway. I just love him. But just real quick, I'll run through those 10 ways. You don't have to write them down. I'll share them with y'all later on the page if you'd like. But number one was don't make exceptions to your standards. I love that number one was about our standards. I will say that I do firmly believe that our company sets high bar for standards and what they'll accept as far as their ingredients, their products, and what they put out there for us to share with others. Number two was to smile. Number three was be disciplined. Number four, live the golden rule. Y'all, I love that. I live by the golden rule, and I love that he included that one. And we all know the golden rule is treat others the way you want to be treated, right? Always impressed with that. Number five, don't complain. Love that one. I really love that one. I'm all about shut her down. We don't have anything to complain about here. Not everything is always perfect, but we still don't have anything to complain about. Number six, keep learning. We never stop, right? Daily, we're learning. Number seven, always look up. That one made me cry. Like, seriously. Always look up. Number eight, set goals and write them down. I believe in the power of putting pen to paper. Number nine, be humble. That's definitely something we've seen from our corporate executives is they have remained humble through all of this. And number 10, and maybe one of my favorites, is serve others. That's what we're here for after all, right? That's what we've been put on this earth for. That's what we were created for, was to serve others and to share. So that's another thing that absolutely, and again, I'm got to get back to my notes here. That I'm absolutely impressed with, that I don't believe that you have to be a Christian to do well with Plexus, but I am. And I will say that so much of what I've experienced with Plexus mirrors my Christian walk. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I think that's one of the main reasons why this company does so very well. Okay. So real quick, I wanted to go through, and I don't want to keep y'all long. And you don't necessarily have to write notes because I'm going to share these notes later, but feel free if you'd like to. And I'm going to go through them quick because, like I said, I really don't want to talk for a very long time. I don't plan on keeping us for an hour. So John Maxwell, he talked to us at that very first meeting on Friday. And I'm pretty sure every one of you here know who John Maxwell is. If you don't, man, go get some of his books. Go look him up. Go watch his 1 minute a day video. there's so much from John Maxwell. He again is a Christian guy. He is been in the leadership business, been teaching people how to be good leaders for, I don't remember how many years he said he's been in the business, 30 something, 40 something years, I believe. He's good at what he does. So every little bit of information that he had, I wrote down. So I'm not going to give you every bit of that, but I'm going to try to skim through and give you the highlights. Everything that came out of his mouth was was like a golden nugget. I mean, it was meat and potatoes for everybody. And he, of course, talked about leadership and the 5 levels of leadership. He first talked about one of his books, which is not one of the 5 levels of leadership, but he talked about the law of the lid, meaning how well you lead determines how well you succeed. And what he means by that is your ability to learn to lead is essential to your business. And I know if you're anything like I was from the very beginning, I'm not a leader, didn't want to be a leader. The thought that anybody looked up to me like a leader was just hilarious to me. I've been in this business for over 5 years and it still cracks me up. I'm like, even Maggie, she was with me on the trip. She got to go with me, and we're going to hear from her in a few minutes too. But even she said one night we were laying there in the bed and we were trying to go to sleep, but it was just like you kind of didn't want to, but you just needed to. And we turned the lights out, and we had a little sound machine thing that I played just to, kind of drown out any outside noise and to help us to fall asleep. And she said, Stacey, you have a lot of people that kind of look up to you, or that look up to you. And it just kind of, it almost makes me feel a little uncomfortable. It's like, you might not want to follow me because I don't know where we're going. I still don't look at myself like in that way. So, and the reason I tell you that is because we're all real people. We come from all different walks of life, and we're all very real people. I'm not anybody that's ever been, trained to be a leader. And I'm like, when my husband and I surrendered to ministry, we were like, okay, I want to minister, but I don't know, quite in what role I want to be. And the first thing that they called us, that we felt like God was calling us to do, was for him to be a youth minister. And of course that makes me a youth minister's wife. And I'm like, oh no, this might not be good for anybody. But so I just say that to say, nobody really feels like, I know that there's certain people out there that have it together, and, they really are the types that are leaders and that want to get out there and they put their face in the front, and, they really have it together. I'm not that person. And again, I say that to say that anybody can do this. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter how you feel. You don't have to feel like you're the best leader in the world. You just have to be willing, to take a step and to be a little better today than you were yesterday. So he tells us that our lid is going to determine the size of our business. The lid meaning if you've got 0 as you are nothing and 10, you are a perfect leader. If you're a 5, then your business cannot go above a 4. That makes sense. Your business will be a 4 and below. You are the cap of your business. So he says, if you're, like I said, if you're a 5, your organization will never grow bigger than a 4. But if you grow and you learn and you're always, stepping it up some, and you become a 6, then your business is going to cap off at a 5, and you're going to continue to grow. He said, if you're not changing what you did in the past, you're not growing. And I think we can all agree that from the time we started this business, it doesn't matter if you've been in for 6 months or if you've been in for, a year or 6 years, you're not the same person you were when you started this journey. None of us are. So you're changing, you're growing, you're moving in the right direction. It says, grow yourself as a leader and you will grow your team in leadership. That to me made so much sense. Like I said, I still don't necessarily consider myself a leader, but I definitely do strive to be better today than I was yesterday. And I'm always continuing to learn and grow. And I think that's probably the truth for all of us. And And then he talked a little bit about the law of process. The law of the lid and the law of process was in his book, The Laws of Leadership, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I believe it was. And I'd really love to do a book study on that book very soon. It's got a workbook that goes along with it as well. But he talked about leaders grow daily, not in a day. That really, I put lots of stars by that one. That one really stood out to me. You don't have to know it all today. You don't have to be perfect today. You don't have to be the leader that you want to be today. Leaders grow each day, not in a day. I love that when he said that. It really, really, really helped me a lot. Hang on, I got some noise. I'm muting out. Okay. And then he said there is no microwave version. I love that he said that. No microwave version of a leader. You must take time to grow. So give yourself that time. Now we're going to talk quickly about the 5 levels of leadership. And this, to me, again, make perfect sense. The first level is position. At this position, you have rights. You know, the people are following you because they have to. They joined under you yesterday. You know, you joined today, they join under you tomorrow, and they're just following you because they have to. This is all they know. It's a good place to start, but not a good place to stay. 80% of leaders stay here. This is from John Maxwell's mouth, not mine. 80% of your leaders stay here. They join, other people join under them. They never grow. You can have a leadership title and not necessarily be a leader. He that thinketh he leadeth and have no one following is only taking a walk. I love that he said that. I'm like, I know those people. I know exactly who you're talking about. But the people that follow you at this level only follow you because they have to. They're not really giving you a whole lot of energy or effort at this level. The next level is permission. At this level, they're following you because they have a relationship with you. They follow you because they want to follow you. You have a relationship. You like these people. And at this level, they're giving you a little more energy and a little more effort. They want to be led by you. So they're looking for a little information from you. They want to be fed. At this level, there are 3 things that people at this level do well. Number 1, they listen well. And again, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I have to. They listen well. They listen and learn, and they're growing. So at this level, you know, we're starting to move up a little bit. We're listening, we're learning, we're growing. The second thing they do well is they observe very well. They're watching their people closely because they know that behavior is important. So we're watching our people under us, and we're seeing what they're doing. We're taking notice, and we're seeing how that we can help them. And then the third thing they do well at this level is they serve well, meaning they are serving their people well. They're teaching, they're training, they're, you know, helping their people grow. And he said leadership is servanthood, not perkhood. And I really like that one too, because I've seen people at the top that are just all about the perks, and they're not necessarily feeding their organization. And if you're not feeding your organization, you're already moving backwards. So we work together and we serve one another at this level. The third level he talked about is production. This is a results level. People are following you because of what you have done for the organization. People are taking notice. They follow you because you're producing results. The credibility of a leader is what you're doing, what you're producing. We're all producing something, weeds or fruit. You know, so if you're not producing, then why would anybody want to be on your team? No one wants to be on a losing team. You're not going to go to a loser for advice. You're going to go to someone who's actually producing results. So at this level, people are following you because you're producing results. 3 things people at this level do very well is, number 1, they lead by example. We're not asking anybody to do anything that we're not doing ourselves. So when we throw IPAs at you, it's because we're doing IPAs on the daily. We're doing everything that we're asking you to do at this level. Number two, they create momentum. Success creates morale. So if you're successful, then the people around you are excited. You know, they're following you because you're leading by example and you're producing results. You're creating momentum, and that momentum creates success. When you become a producer, the kind of people we attract change. At this level, the types of people you attract are giving you energy. They're giving you results. They're wanting to move. They're wanting to become motivated. They're wanting to follow you, and they're wanting to follow you into success. At this level, we attract a higher quality person. Like begets like, and we all know that's true. You know, they say misery loves company. You know, if you're excited, if you're successful, if you're producing results, if you're motivated, then people are going to want to follow you, and they're going to produce those same results too. The next level, the fourth level, is people development. That's a reproduction level. People follow you at this level because of what you have done for them. Now you've done for the organization, you've produced results. Now you're helping other people. You're motivating other people. People will start to follow you for one reason, but they won't continue to follow you for that same reason. You've got to step it up. Every time you give them another reason, you're building your following. That's how we look at different people. And I used to be just so bedazzled by certain people in this company, and I think we probably all could throw out a few names here, that just were like, whoa. You know, some people just naturally have that ability. They're like professional friends. And I think that's something that I've had to learn. I've not always been really good at small talk and making people feel important. You know, I know I'm reading the book now, what to say when you talk to yourself. So I don't want to say that I'm horrible with names. I'm totally not horrible with names. So it's like, you know, I've always kind of struggled to be that, but I'm doing better. I'm learning, I'm getting better. But like I said, every time you give them another reason, you build your following. So they're not following you now for the same reason that they joined you. They're following you because you're producing results. They're following you because you're helping them now do the same thing that you've been doing. So 3 things that people at this level do. They recruit well. At this level, you're attracting a higher quality recruit. If you don't know what a leader looks like, you cannot recruit one. So now you've become a leader. You're recruiting people that are hungry. They're like you. They want what you want. They're success driven. They're results driven. And they see that you are successful and you are producing results. So they're following you at this level, and they're a higher quality recruit. And this is another funny thing that he said that I put lots of stars by too, because it made perfect sense to me. John Maxwell said, leaders aren't looking for you. They already have a job. And it's true. It's absolutely true. It's, you know, that's another reason why we've got to get outside of the people that are just following us. We've got to go find those other leaders because they're already doing something. We want those people that are already doing something, not the ones that are just sitting there twiddling their thumbs and they're like, oh, maybe that looks like something good I want to do. I don't know, maybe. But he says you can only find a leader if you know what they look like. So develop the profile of what you're looking for. It's very, and this again is something that it really stood out to me that, okay, who am I looking for? What type of person am I looking for? I know I have gone through, and it's not been that long ago, that anybody that shows a little bit of interest, hey, I want you on my team. I want to sign you. And more than likely, I probably will. But listening to him, I'm like, you know, I really do. I need to take a step back and I need to stop. And I need to qualify the people that I'm recruiting. Okay, so 3 things they do very well. I said, let me go back. The second one, no. The first one was they recruit well. So, you know, again, we're bringing in leader types. We're recruiting a higher quality of people. The second thing is they position people really well. So they realize how they can position them and using their strengths. So now we're not just looking for any Joe Blow out there. We're looking for the type of people that we know that we can use certain of their strengths to help them be successful. We're positioning them well. The third thing they do well at this level is they equip them very well. And then he went into 5 steps to equipping. And this, to me, was very powerful too. And I'll go through it quickly. So listen quickly. He said 5 steps to equipping. Number 1, I do it. If you don't do it, don't expect anybody else to do it. Not, I did it, I do it. If you did it, you're a history teacher, he said. I really like that one too. Like I said, he was laying down all kinds of nuggets. Not, I did it. Like, I used to do this, and now I want you to do it. I still do it. So the first step to equipping is I do it. The second step to equipping is I do it, and you are with me. So now we're teaching and training them to do what we're doing. We're equipping them side by side. They need to be in experience of watching someone do it. So they're watching you do it. You're doing it, and you're bringing them with you. Number 3, you do it, and I'm with you. So now we've taught and trained them. They're going to start doing it themselves, and we're with them. They're learning how to do it, and we're coaching them alongside the way. Do not be afraid. And this is another thing I've struggled with that John Maxwell gave me the permission to do. So if I'm coaching or training any of you one-on-one, be ready. But he says, don't be afraid to go through the motions with them and let them know what they're doing well and what they need to improve on. So don't be afraid there. You're coaching them, and that's part of coaching. You want them to do it well. Number 4 is you do it. So now I'm not coaching you anymore. You've grown your own wings, and you can fly. You're doing it on your own, right? This is a very wonderful moment to watch someone go out there and they're doing it on their own now. And the fifth step to equipping is you do it, and someone is with you. So now that person that you've taught and trained how to do it is doing it on their own. And not only they're doing it on their own, they're bringing along people aside them. And that it just kind of keeps snowballing that way. That is the way it's meant to be. That is what we're doing. We talked about the power of 3 from the very beginning. And that's kind of what it meant to me, that, you know, we joined the company. We bring 3 people in, we teach and train them, and then they go and duplicate. You know, we've always talked about duplication. This is basically kind of the same thing. It's what he's talked about, equipping. He said this is the step where magic comes in. This is the compounding step. This is where your business really starts to compound and really starts to take off, because you're not doing the work by your own alone anymore. You're not doing it by yourself. You are doing it, and someone else is doing it, and they're doing it with you, and they're doing it alone, and then they start bringing people into the company. So this is where beauty happens. Teach and train, and help teach them to teach and train. And then number 5 is the 5th level. Let me get up here. 5th level of leadership is the pinnacle. This is the level of respect. People are following you because of who you are and what you represent. He said if you do levels 1 through 4, you're already at level 5. So this is the top. You know, people receive your vision. They can see your vision. You're passing on your vision to other people. So this is a beautiful thing. You know, if you're doing the first 4, then you're already at number 5. You're producing. You're not staying where you are. You're learning, you're teaching, you're growing on a daily basis, and you're teaching others to do the same thing. I love the way he pushed this one. He also talked about a book that he's had out for quite some time. Let me get back up there to it because it was at the top of my notes. Developing the Leader Within You. He said that book is one of the first books that he produced, but he has just revised it, and it should be out, I think he said in February, maybe March, something like that. But he said you can go to johnmaxwell.com and get the first copy of the 2.0 book. I guess you can pre-order it, and that will definitely be in my bookcase as soon as it comes out. And I'm not a big reader, but I'm definitely trying to do better. What did he say? Oh, that was what he talked about, my mem. That's all I wanted to share with you right there from John Maxwell. Again, so many nuggets. He was absolutely amazing. He said something about possibly staying for a little while longer and sharing something else. And I'm like, hey, everybody else can go, but I'm staying. If he'd have stayed and talked 5 more hours, I would have stayed and listened to him for 5 more hours. He was absolutely amazing. And you can obviously tell, that he knows what he's talking about. So lots of information there, great information. He was just a joy to listen to and to have there. That was on Friday. And then Saturday, we came in and there was some recognition and some other speakers. I know Tarl, he talked to us that day as well. But to get to see the different people that attained some of the higher what am I trying to say? You got the extra prizes and the $750 fun money checks, and they recognized the people that got the Disney trip, and it was just really a lot of fun. The company, I will say, does very, very well with recognizing their people and making them feel good. I was just completely blown away by all of it. And then, of course, Saturday morning, we had the breast cancer awareness walk. I have my T-shirt on. It was so cute. So much fun being around that many people and doing a 5K. I wasn't real sure about being out there at 6:45 in the morning. It was not my favorite time of day, but it was an amazing experience walking with all those people and to know that it wasn't just a whole bunch of random people. This was our company. This was our people. This was One Plexus people. And I was just really impressed at what they did for us by putting all that together, and then what it meant that everybody that walked, they are donating a certain amount to the foundation. And I thought that was really wonderful too. And then we ended Saturday night with a really cool Halloween party. Again, it was a party inside. It was a party outside. It was a party everywhere, food everywhere, and entertainment everywhere. I saw a guy that I swore he was Johnny Depp off of, what is the name of that movie? Pirates.
Caribbean.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that dude, he was in full character. He looked just like him, talked like him. It was hilarious. But, our company and I tell you about all this just to say that our company really goes all out. Like, there was not a detail overlooked. The branding all over that hotel or the resort was astounding. I mean, literally, there was Plexus branding everywhere you looked. Plexus puked on that resort. And I mean, even down to our room keys, our room keys were Plexus. And I really thought that was, they just really go all out with the details, and it's amazing to be a part of. My friend Maggie got to go with me. My sister was going, and then I had one other girl that was had planned on attending, and neither one of them could go. And it was very, very last minute. So the Wednesday before we left on Thursday, which our flight, we had to be there at like 5:00 in the morning. So the Wednesday before, I reached out to Miss Maggie, and I was like, man, it would really be cool if you could go with me on this trip. And she was like, yeah, that would be cool. And I said, well, you can. You can. And anyway, so from Wednesday afternoon at I don't know, 1:00 maybe the conversation started. I really don't know exactly what time it was. And let me just say, we met that morning, and she rode with me to Jackson, Mississippi, and hopped a flight, and she was in Orlando with me for the entire experience. And I was so happy to have her there. And so I wanted Maggie to share with y'all a little bit about her experience being her first major event with Plexus, and just being at the level that she is, and to be able to experience what she did. Just watching her experience it was enough for me. And just to see the wow kind of in her eyes, and the excitement, and just how much she truly appreciated every little detail of what was going on. It was a lot of fun to experience with her. and I want to introduce her to y'all. Maggie King. She is my level 1 with Plexus, and she lives fairly close to me, about an hour away, here in Northeast Louisiana. And she got to go to the Plexus Leaders Retreat with me, and I wanted her to share a little bit about her experience while she was there. So, Maggie, introduce yourself, and then also tell me what your favorite part of the event was.
Okay, hey you guys, I'm Maggie King from Wisner, Louisiana, and I just have to say I'm still going wow, 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 wow. You know, I really am. Whenever Stacy invited me to come with her, after all of it was over with, and I cleared it with my job, my husband, my coworkers, everything, you know, I got home and I had to just sit down and just cry for about 5 minutes, because I was so overwhelmed and excited about. I was like, oh my God, really? Am I really going? And so, but yes, this trip, y'all, was amazing. And I told Stacy, I said, I know you get tired of me saying wow, but I'm like the new kid on the block here. I couldn't stop saying wow. And I really have to say that I really, my most favorite part of the whole trip was John Maxwell. He was amazing, y'all. I can't even say enough about this trip, that things like this will change you. And I sent a message to Stephanie a while ago, and I told her, I said, Stephanie, I feel like I've come back a brand new person. I'm just a totally different me, with a different outlook, with a different, you know, and I'm like the scaredest one to reach out and talk to people. Oh my God. I tell Stephanie and whine to her all the time about, Stephanie, I can't talk to people. I mean, you know, I don't know what to say and this and that, but I feel like I have come back a brand new, different person from this trip. So I definitely believe that if you can attend events, definitely do it. It's life-changing, you know, and so is this company. I feel so blessed to be a very huge part of this amazing company. And so it's
what
awesome.
would you say was your greatest takeaway from the event?
Definitely John Maxwell. There were a few points. Definitely John Maxwell. One of the things that really stood out to me, and I do have notes too, the biggest thing that really stood out to me that he said was, leaders are not looking for you. They already have a job. Okay. Now this is the thing right here. People who need saving are the ones that are looking for you. And so y'all, I almost feel like it's our duty that we have to share not only the products, but the opportunity. There are so many people out there in the world that are hurting, that need us, you know, that need this company, that need these products, you know, they need people to listen to them. They need someone to talk to. And then another thing that he said was, all leaders see more than others see, and they see it before others see it. Okay. And so to me, that's talking about vision. You know, you have to have the vision, and you can ask Stacy. I mean, you know, as far as the products, I've always taken the products. I've taken the products now for almost 2 years. I firmly believe in the products, but it took me a while to catch on to the vision, y'all. And I used to be afraid to say that, but I'm not afraid to say that. I have to admit that now. You know, I'm not afraid to say that anymore. And yes, it did take me a little bit to kind of catch on to the vision, but hey, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. So this is just life-changing for me. I'm so blessed to be a part of Plexus.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited that you got to come with me, and I'm excited that I got to experience it with you. I think, you know, they say leaders are born at events. And
absolutely.
There's a reason that Plexus holds these events, and there's a reason that they have them throughout different times of the year so that people can attend. There is just something that happens. It's almost like, you know, you go to you know, revival or something like that, and you know, you have it poured into you for 70 days at a time. It kind of does, you know, the Plexus events serve that same purpose. They help revive you. They help motivate and encourage you. They help you see that you're not alone in this, and it doesn't matter at what level you are, what rank you are, where you are in your journey with Plexus. No matter what rank or level you are, we're all at a different part in our journey, that you're not alone in this, and there is someone else walking that same walk who can come alongside and walk with you. And that's the beauty of what we're here doing, is that it's so much more than a product. It's so much more than an opportunity. It's like I've said before, I am a completely different person than I was 5+ years ago when I joined Plexus. And the fact that I can look at myself in the mirror now and say that I love myself. I love who I am. I love where I am in my journey. I'm not where I want to be, but by the grace of God, I'm here, and I know He brought Plexus into my life for a reason, and I get to share this with other people, and that is the beauty of it. That you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to know everything. You just have to be determined to grow and to be better each day, and to set goals, and then to work to make those goals come to fruition. So anybody can do this. It doesn't matter what level you are, where you came from, what your back story is. Anybody can do this. One last thing I wanted to highlight is the incentive that we have going this month from corporate for the Plexus Planner. I want my planner. I got it last year. I want another one. The qualifications this month is 2 new ambassadors with a welcome pack and 2 new preferred customers with a $75 or more order. I think that is very doable for anybody. It is the 24th, so we have 7 more days to make that happen, and I think anybody can make that happen. We've got some amazing IPA groups that are around to help, lead and guide and direct you. The Hawaii Hustlers group has been an absolutely phenomenal experience. The fact that I had, with a few other ladies, had week 2 blew my mind. And again, that's just proof that it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, you can be a leader. But we have the resources there for you. We've got our teams, we've got people within those teams, we've got groups that can help support and encourage you. And if you want to be pushed a little outside your boundary, we have a group that can do that too. We want to support you in reaching your goals. We want to support you in learning to even write or make or set goals. If you're not there yet, we want to see you grow and learn and become what it is that you want to do, and to reach your top level of success, whatever that may be, whether that be money or products or health or whatever it may be. That's one thing that Plexus can help you do, and we as a team can help you do. So I hope you learned something tonight that can help you learn and become successful in your business and in your life and in your health. And until next time, God bless and go Plexus. Good night, everyone.